In this video, we're going to be covering the material library from inside the BobCAD version 32. Now for the material library, you can get there by either right-clicking on the CAM defaults and going down to material library all the way at the bottom, or you can go right here to the material library from on the CAM tab. So I'm going to go ahead and just launch the material library. And so when we launch the material library, we have all of our materials here in the material group section. So you have your alloy steels, aluminum, carbon steel, cast iron, copper alloy, magnesium. Miscellaneous is going to be things like brass and bronze, graphite, and a little bit of nickel. Old cutting conditions are going to be what are pulled from the older versions of BobCAD from before we really had the full material library. We have plastics, stainless steel, super alloys is going to be your Hastelloy, your Intl, all that kind of stuff. Titanium, as well as tool steel. Now, if there's a group in here that's missing and you want to see it, you can actually add your own group. One of the big groups that's missing is wood, but that's because a lot of guys don't make many different types of wood. They can just kind of run the same settings for just wood in general. But if you wanted to add a group, you'd say add group, and then you would give that group a name. So we'll just call it wood, and then hit OK. And now I have wood added for my material over here. So each of these materials is set up with specific features based on the tool material as well. So I'm going to go down here and just double click on this file right here. So this is 1335 alloy steel. So for this material with carbide tools cutting it, it's going to pull up a surface footage per minute of 188. We then have our surface footage at 64. And then our chip load per flute is going to be set to 5 thou. Our plunge chip load is going to be set to 2. So if we wanted to modify this, we can actually set up specific tool types to use different feeds based on their actual tool type. So all we have to do is check the customized feeds and speeds based on tool type and operation. And so we could say when we're using an end mill rough and it's doing a rough cut, I want it to run at 188, 5 thou, 2 thou. But when I'm using an end mill finish on a rough cut, I want it to run at 150, and then I'll use the same numbers there. With the end mill rough doing a finish cut, you can have it run the same feeds or whatever you want. It's all about customizing specific tool types to the specific surface footage per minute. Now this is all set up for the tools being carbide. So over here we then have the tools if they're insert as well as high speed steel. So you can go in and modify those, change them to whatever you need, and get them dialed in specifically for when you're cutting them. These are generic settings, so you're going to want to go in and make sure you have all these settings in correctly, especially that chip load and that plunge chip load, because we do a lot of math using those numbers there. So when we're done, we can just hit OK, and that's going to close out that material. Now to create a fully new material, you can go down here to wood, and I'm just going to say I want to add a material, and in here basically all I'm going to do is give it a name, and then go and enter in the tool material first, as well as change these settings specifically to match whatever it is I'm trying to cut. So when I go ahead and hit OK, now I have high-speed steel settings for when I'm cutting maple. Now, if there's a certain material that you use more often than any other materials, what's a good idea would be to take that material and set it up as your default. So in my case, I'm going to go down to 6061 aluminum here. I'll go 6061 T6, and I'm just going to say set as default. And what that's going to do is every time I start a new job, it's going to open up with 6061 as my default setting. Another option would be if you have a few materials that you switch off between. Set your default as the one that you use most often or your favorite or however you want to set it up. But also, I don't always just cut one grade of aluminum, or I might cut carbon steel or cast iron or any of these other materials along the way. So if that's the case, you can actually go to the specific material that you also use, and instead of trying to set it as the default, because you don't use it as much as maybe a different material, you can move it to your favorites. So currently I don't have a favorites folder, but as soon as I say move to favorites, it's going to create a favorites folder, and it's going to move that material into my favorites folder right there. So now I can go in and add all my favorites into here, and I'll have a much shorter list of all the materials that I use regularly. And then down here you have delete material. This is how you're going to get rid of any materials if you don't like them. And then right here is modify material, which is going to let you modify the settings for that specific material. Now down here at the bottom, you can import your cutting conditions just based on older files and older BobCADs where you might have some older cutting conditions files, as well as you can save your material library. And that's just going to update the material library from inside the folder, which we covered in the earlier upgrade migration video. It's inside that technology folder. That's actually going to be where you could find these materials. Then when we're all done, we just hit OK. And that's now going to be the material that was chosen if I was inside the job. Now, what I've just gone and set up is my default setting. So if I say new job and I hit OK, if I expand stock here, we're going to see that I have 6061 set up as my main material. That's the one that I use the most often. So that's what I wanted to pull up. And that concludes the video on the material library from inside the BobCAD version 32.